Out of the sands of Egypt stands a mystery, an enigma, and the greatest man-made structure ever erected on the earth. It is the most powerful symbol of intellect and achievement ever to be found in the ancient world. A symbol so great, it confounds all who gaze upon it. The Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Egyptians have all created pyramids, and all across the globe their works rise from the earth as a testimony to their skill and brilliance. The pyramid represented something very important to the ancient peoples of the world. But as with all things born of this earth, its knowledge will live and then die. What was so important about the shape of the pyramid? And why were they built all over the world? What were the ancients trying to tell us? And what does it all mean? All of these questions have answers, and all of our desires to find them can be fulfilled. They can all be found in one stone, one land, and in one place: the land of Egypt. It rises from the earth and claims dominion over a man and his lands. It stands as a testimony to the stars of heaven, and also a testimony to the continuing legacy of intellect lost. The Pyramid of Egypt is the most recognizable stone structure in the world, and it is called the Giza Pyramid, Khufu's Pyramid, and the most enduring of all, the Great Pyramid. A monumental structure equaled only by the understanding of its true meaning, which has eluded mankind for nearly 5,000 years. Today we are living in the age of enlightenment and revelation, and sadly, we have not even paused or even stopped to notice. All things that were once hidden from us are now coming to light. And there, standing in line with all the other great mysteries of the age, is the revealing of the Great Pyramid of Egypt. The Pyramid of Egypt tells a powerful ancient tale which will in turn answer every question we have ever had about God, life, and the afterlife. For nearly 10,000 years, you will come to find that what the Egyptians are telling us is so beautiful, so powerful, and so divine that we as a species are unworthy of it.
It is a secret that completely bypasses the intellect of even the most intelligent scientist and archaeologist. However, the confirmation is here. This is Tutankhamun, and although we've seen this mask for a millennia, its true knowledge escapes us. Upon the head of the boy king are two serpents. Look closer. Closer. Only one is a serpent. The one on the left is actually a bird. The boy king could fly, and his reign was protected by the power of flight. The serpent slithers on its belly, which denotes dominance over all the land. However, there is something else about this serpent and the winged serpent that will send you reeling. And this secret of secrets will destroy all that was. The secret is Egyptian. However, the secret is found here. This is Greece. In the ancient world, Greece was known for its literature and its famed storytelling. The Greeks, while telling a tale, would take many liberties with the truth of a story. Even if the story was true, Greek writers would grossly embellish it, change it, and completely revise it for the purpose of making a better story. The Greeks borrow heavily from ancient Egyptian culture. The Greeks also turn a true story into a great myth. Because in the ancient world, a myth is always a better story. Medusa could kill a man just by gazing into his eyes and turning him to stone. But the Greek tale could do something else even more disturbing. This tale, however false it may be, can change the entire world. Why? Because the tale of Medusa is true. She has been staring us in the face for 5,000 years, and we all look and see, and yet we see nothing. If you look closer, you'll see that there was a great woman of Egypt who also had snakes coming out of her hair. And she too was beautiful and also powerful. And as you gaze upon her, realize her name was not Medusa. This goddess was named Isis. She is the goddess of Egypt and queen of the afterlife. But look closely at the face of this queen. Closer. And now look into her hair. And what you see are serpents. Medusa is based on this woman. And what makes this queen so beautiful is the knowledge that a serpent rules a land, and one serpent ruled all of Africa and the Middle East. Gaze upon the beauty of this queen, and you will see in her hair not just one serpent. You see 7. This queen and her 7 serpents indicates the fact that she had dominion over 7 lands. And how she ruled these lands is on her crown and above the serpents. Because what is above the serpents is a bird, an eagle with wings, which cover all 7 serpents. And what this means is that this queen had dominion over all 7 continents of land on the face of this earth. We are not worthy.
But there is something else. Each serpent has a sun upon its head. A queen with 7 suns and 7 serpents in her hair means that she has dominion over all 7 continents of land on the earth. However, when you see a queen with 8, 9, and 10 serpents, and also 10 suns in her crown, this means that this queen had dominion over every planet in our solar system. This is the queen of the Stargate. This story is unlike anything you will ever hear, and its knowledge is greater than anything you will ever know. It is a story of glory, a story of wisdom, and it is also something else. It is also the holiest story of all time. This knowledge is so powerful that it is even holier than our knowledge of God. It is such because this knowledge doesn't tell you to believe in God, and instead, this knowledge allows you to meet Him. This wisdom comes by touching the holy stone of the Sphinx. This enigmatic figure is the source of all knowledge, and it is also the source of God. The Sphinx has been here more than 10,000 years, and the reason it is still here after all this time is because it is the face of God. Every prophet, every peoples, and every pharaoh who ever ruled has heard the whisper of the Sphinx. What is the Sphinx? What does it do? What does it mean? And why is it so important to every king who has ever lived? The enduring riddle of the Sphinx is older than our world, and its meaning and its knowledge is so holy that no human being possesses it. The god of Egypt, the god of the Sphinx, promises glory, power, riches, and eternal life and rule to any who can uncover him and his knowledge. The Sphinx offers eternal glory to he or she who uncovers its riddle. And for these everlasting blessings, the Sphinx asks the chosen to do only one thing in return, and that is to restore him. We look upon the face of this disfigured king and think of it as nothing as an age-old relic from the past. Unfortunately, it is their past where we find our own. Scientists and archaeologists agree that the Sphinx is a man with the body of a lion, and in 10,000 BC, it aligns with the star constellation of Leo. This is true, but also negligent, because there is also something missing, something more important. The constellation Leo isn't just a lion. It is also a serpent. And the defining understanding of every Egyptian pharaoh is the headdress of a cobra or serpent. And a serpent means flight. If we strip down the original constellation of Leo, we find a serpent. A serpent that is also connected to a pyramid. Upon the Giza Plateau, you will see a serpent king, a lion, and behind it, a pyramid. What is so important about this message is that if we listen, we will meet our Maker while still being alive. And when we return, we will live forever.
This ancient carving of a woman has been seen in our world for nearly 4,000 years. This evil woman that is said to be Adam's first wife is actually one of the most powerful and glorious women ever to set foot on this earth. This holy woman is actually a queen. Her name is debated, but her position is undeniable. Notice what is in her hands. Look closer. This ancient symbol is actually Egyptian, and it is called a shen, and it means immortality, eternal life. Anyone in the ancient world who holds this symbol indicates that they are given power, authority, and they will also live forever. Nevertheless, this woman is so powerful that she not only has one symbol of eternal life, she has two. Yes, this is not the evil wife of Adam, as the world would have you believe. And in fact, she is far more important than that. These are the talons of a bird. And that is the clue. This woman has the feet of a bird, and she also has wings on her back. And all of this can only mean one thing. This woman could fly. She is more than a woman, more than a queen. This female is a goddess, and the symbol of her power and immortality are also found in her hands. A symbol that is also found in the hands of every great Sumerian king, Babylonian king, and even
Egyptian kings. This goddess stands upon our next clue, a lion. And this is no ordinary lion, for this lion represents the land of Egypt. And it is the original design of the Sphinx. The riddle of the Sphinx is a riddle no more, for the Sphinx represents the face of the sun. And if the Sphinx represents the sun, this means this woman can only be the goddess, the queen, Isis. She is the queen of heaven and the keeper of holy knowledge, powerful knowledge. And unto the children who are born of this earth, today she is giving it to us. We know that this queen can fly, and we also know that she stands upon the land of Egypt. But what of these two large owls? What are they? And what do they mean? These two are the ties that bind. In the ancient world, the sun was our gateway to heaven, and the ancients left us this knowledge everywhere. And although our surviving indigenous people called these drawings space peoples, they also said they looked like something else. Owls. Large, wide-eyed owls. And we cannot dismiss these peoples in any way. Why? Because today, when we see these powerful eyes, we say the exact same thing. This is a satellite image of space. And in this image, you will see what they saw 5,000 years ago. These are two black holes, and they are connected together. But then again, they look like an owl. An owl represents the entryway into heaven and into the house of God. This owl is the opening of a wormhole, or what the ancients would call a stargate. The Egyptian queen only reveals her feathers in order to indicate flight. And yet, whenever the queen is saying flight, she is always seen being seated. And that is the clue. What bird have you ever seen that flies while sitting down? None. This revealing is what makes this woman a goddess. And this is what makes the ancients better than we. Because the only way to fly while sitting down is here. The serpent with wings. Yes, children of earth, they could fly 10,000 years before we could. The traveling of the ancients was much as it is today. And today, we too fly while sitting down. It is a part of our history and a part of our future. And accepting this as a reality is critical to our survival. The ancient female always represented knowledge, power, wisdom. And she also represented something else. The universe. We have to walk away from what we believe and what we have been taught and accept a knowledge and a wisdom that is too good for us. A goddess is everywhere in the ancient world, and they always represent understanding, wisdom, and enlightenment.
And 50,000 years ago, they left us proof in rocks. a proof so holy it is called the hand of God, and its place on earth echoes throughout the cosmos. How can we be so foolish, and how can we be so blind?
Notice these two black, large eyes, and notice its strange nose. These are not aliens. The two black eyes is the center of a black hole. That which we believe to be its nose is a diagram showing what a black hole creates. Down the snout of its nose, you'll find all the way at the bottom the sun. A sun is a black hole. The sun was a great sun, but it collapsed and became a black hole. In a two-dimensional part of our universe, it is a massive black hole. However, if you notice all the way at the end, it still looks like the sun, for it is encircled in a three-dimensional universe. These are not aliens. These are black holes. This is what we believe to be an alien. And now, this is what it actually looks like in space. Children of men. Yes, they were highly technological. And this is what they're saying to us.
Notice the texture of this painting and how it matches the sun's uneven surface. This is the sun, and this is the entry into the sun. These strange beings surrounding the sun are not aliens. They are star-sun systems, constellations, and planets. When we enter this wormhole, we will enter into the body of the universe. A wormhole can travel through various dimensions, 5 dimensions, 6 dimensions, and 7 dimensions.
This knowledge has not been spoken on this planet for more than 40,000 years. All of this knowledge is meant to tell us one thing. A sun, when it falls through space, creates a hole. A hole creates a bridge. And a bridge creates interstellar travel. The angels tell us we come from the stars, and the aliens tell us how to get there. The pyramid tells us of the place of our birth, and it also tells us the distance to the house of God. A trip into the universe that is impossible for human flesh.
Enlightenment is more than thought, more than speech. It is an understanding that is in and of itself more. It is a definition that clearly describes the abundance of everything and the lacking of nothing. Enlightenment is the prize and the mantle that is given to us by our Creator. It is neither science nor math, faith or belief, and it is instead the ability to see all of these things as one.